G'day everyone, welcome back to Steve's Place Down Under. This is part 2 of the Ford Louisville. There she is over there. We're going to work on her again, but just before that, I just want to show you this. I do a bit of volunteer work. Some of you might know for a place just up the road here. It's like a wildlife retreat. They've got ex-performing and like rescue tigers and lions and there's all sorts of animals, meerkats, all sorts of exotic animals, but they use these to run around and feed them. I don't charge them, I just volunteer. It's only ever small jobs. The bigger jobs I charge for, but they sent this one up here. I've done endless amounts of work to it, but they sent this one up here because it had no brakes, and it's come with a pack of, they got brake pads for it, but just have a look what you're up against here. Like, rather than ring me when there's a noise, they have a look at this. Like, that is beyond rooted. Like, it's out of brake fluid because the pistons have travelled so far out. That pad fell out ages ago and it's worn into that, right into that caliper. It's just beyond repair, so they won't be able to have this back till they put another one on it. And this one here, that hasn't been working for, I mean, it was the last time I was here, but no one told me about they've put zip ties and everything to hold it on there, so that's broken and hasn't worked for a long time. So even if that is working, it's just, you can see the wheel bearing. I replaced all these, I don't know, 12 months ago. Have a look at it. So that's probably just been loading that up one way. It's probably still pushing it out. That one's the only one sort of been doing anything. It's savable, but it's going to need 3 calipers. Here she is. If you want to know more about it, go back. There's a part 1 of this where we got it going in the bush and brought it up. It was, I don't know, filmed a fair while ago, but it's just how we've been releasing them, the videos. It'll seem close. So it's full of water. For those of you who've seen the bushfire video, this was on standby. I'm going to, you can see stuff like that stick there that's holding the water in it, and I'm going to fix those properly. So she's definitely, look at that there, she's definitely seen better days, the old girl, but the tank has anyway. But to buy a tank this size here in Sydney, you're looking at 5,000 or 6,000 at the least if you can find a half decent one. This one, all the baffles are rusted out, but it still does the job. So I'm going to go and empty it because the fire threat's gone now. We've had a bit of rain since, it's all greened up, but I've still got the little truck as well, plus the local fire brigade are down the road, so I don't mind it being empty for a few weeks at least while we get it going. So I want to empty it out, put a light bar on. I brought a Kenworth one home from work. We run a lot of truck and dog trailers at work, and when they order those, as the cab shows you, they come as kitted as a prime mover. Then all the light bars get stood up in the corner and never used again. So I've got them on. Got one on the old white I've got, and there'll be now one on this. So we'll get it going. I've had the battery out of it. Took one battery out to get the old Chamberlain going up in the shed there, which I didn't film. That front end loader up there was my grandfather's. I had that bucket on that lined with the tarp, and we had all the grog in there for my bucks party, which is a couple of weeks ago now, and I'm still feeling it. It was just magnificent. I didn't film it because some of the blokes don't want to be on TV, I guess. So we'll see if she goes and empty her out, then we'll run her up into the, oh, you can see that leak there, looks fairly new. You can see it. There's another one I'll have to mark before I bloody empty it. See if she goes. It's got two 12 volts in parallel. I don't know how that other one is I put in it just now. That's alright. Mighty V8903 Cummins. Oh, sounds like she's got a mind of her own. I'll give her another go here. Sounds like she's running out of fuel. I just went to mark that bloody leak under there with a stick, just trying to scratch the paint, and it went straight through it. That's how thin it is. At least now I know where it is. I'm just waiting for it to split right open. If anyone in the area's got a tank, let me know. Gearbox to see whether it's not going right in the gear or something's worn, or it's, I don't know, a detent spring or something, but I don't know. I'm sure it's that one Ford, which is fifth in an overdrive, so I'm yet to find that out. It's got oil in it. I don't know what else could be worn. I'll have to take the top right off it, which you can do through here. I think the floor comes out. Fill the dam up, whether I'll take this fitting off so it's not reduced through that 1.5 hose there. A bit more flow then. I think when I hit the treadle valve, the bloody brakes are sticking on. She all locked up when I turned the camera off there before, and it's slowly released, so I don't know what's going on, whether they're dragging or they're getting air or they're sticking on, I'm not sure. It's another thing we'll have to do, but they're not a normal treadle valve like any other American truck. They're a funny setup on these Fords. A little bit European, the air system on them, from what I can see, compared to like an Acco or a Kenworth or something, but still all readily available. They're just a lot more expensive for a treadle valve. Okay, she's down to a trickle now. Just let that run out up the road on the way up to the shed. I'm just going to set the camera up here. When I backed her down here, the middle front drive axle just swung down in that dip there, and I flicked the power divider in, but I don't know that it worked. I sort of just rocked her, and I think with the weight on it, it moved again. So I'll set her up here and see how she looks. So I just found the brake problem. The dump valve for the front axle, the Hornets had built in the exhaust, so you'd press it, it'd all work well. When you took your foot off, it wasn't extinguishing, so it was holding air in the two front chambers. Now I've just got the brake held down with a bit of a sprinkler there, and the same valve on the rear axle's leaking too out of the exhaust. Either needs another one or pull it apart, and just because the exhausts are open straight to the atmosphere, anything could have gotten in there. Could have been a hornet's nest in there too that's made its way up into it, so that's fairly simple. May not be the treadle valve after all. A few small diagnostic tests, and that's what you come up with. I just dug it out and it worked straight away, so there we go. Okay, for those of you who watched the first episode, or should go back and watch it, of this truck, you'll see we cut had like a ring feeder bracket down underneath it, so I cut all that off with a $100 eBay plasma cutter, because I don't have an oxy set here. So what we're going to do now is grind it all up and get it ready to fit the light bar. Okay, it's good on the outside, just underneath. It's not great. It's been all blown apart. Bottom of that flange, there's no strength back there, so that's fine. It's just not up near the springs. Probably have to build it up with a bit of weld and grind it back or something. They had the ring feeder welded to it as well as bolted to it, so it was a bit of a mess. It kept cracking, kept breaking the chassis, so anyway, it's only going to have a light bar on it from now on. Probably be a prime mover after the fire season. Put a turntable on her and put one of them flat tops on it maybe. While I've got the camera going, for those of you who didn't see, I had a bucks party here. Cooked a pig on this. Had a forward side valve V8 running it. There is an episode where I put all this together if you want to go back and see it, but cooked for about 8 hours. Had electric motor on there. We run the V8 for about an hour and a half probably. The rest was electric, but it's pretty good. Just on idle. People come and look at it and take photos, and it was magnificent. So I'll sit the light bar up there and mark it all. Actually, I might even build all that up, weld and grind it all back before it's... Or I put the bar on, then it's done then. Okay, got a bit, just build a bit of it up with weld just so it brings it back out to like a standard width. It's not magnificent, but time I'm finished it sort of will be. So I'm going to get the needle gun now, which is like a scaling gun, and get rid of all that rust and bits and pieces around it, then so I can paint the in behind where the light bar is going to go and where I've ground it all up. So that's what I'll do now. It's a very loud tool, but should be okay. Okay, for those of you who haven't seen one of those tools, it's just a gun with a heap of needles in it. All it does is get scale off where the, say it's all pitted from rust, and you grind over the top, it only hits the high spots. This will get down into the low spots. I haven't quite got enough air pressure to keep it going properly, but it's got all that heavy scale out now. I'll give it a wire brush and put some sort of rust kill or something on it, and some undercoat, and no, I'll drill all the bar out first and undercoat, and then we'll fit it. Okay, I've got it positioned. I think it's where I want it. Just got to punch those holes through now. Probably have to trim the mud flaps off that I bought for it, but that's all fine, that's good. Can't have it too high. Trailer may hit it when we put one of those on it, so I think that's fine there. Trim the flaps to suit, then I'll wire it all in after it's bolted up, and I think that'll be that part of it done. Okay everyone, it's the following weekend. Still working on the Ford here. This will be the same episode obviously when you watch it. Got all the guards on, I didn't film that, but we're fairly bent up and twisted. I had to dig them out of the bush, but they'll clean up alright. They're on there, fairly straight, not great, but now we're going to go down and tow one of those flat tops up that I got in a previous episode, the old through off I've got, and bring it up and swap the tyres. It's got good tyres on it. Until I get that registered I won't need them, so we'll put them on the drive of this, and we'll make it, I don't know, there'll be 2 axles of different tyres, but they're all good tread, so Mick's just getting the old Kenworth going there. That's the first one in line, so we'll use it to tow it up and back it into here, and we'll go from there. Okay, here's the old through off. I got this off a good mate of mine, Mark. He used to use it, now he's not, so I think eventually it'll go behind the 4070 old slimline Transtar I've got up there eventually, but this one here's for the blue Kenworth. I got it the same day. That's an old McGrath. It'll go behind my blue Kenworth. This will go behind the Transtar. Of course it was working. This one's got good tyres on it. It's a bit of a fruit salad. None of them are really matched, but it's a hell of a lot better than what's on there, so we'll give them a clean up. Might even put a bit of silver frost on them. Mick's bringing down the Kenworth. We'll hook up to it, and the reason we use that one because it was the first one available. It was put here with the white, so it may be a little bit different height, but we can adjust that. Of this truck by itself if you wanted to see those. Ex-Comet 1974. Comet bought a run of 5 prime movers from Kenworth. This was one of them. 871 Detroit General Motors diesel, however you want to say it. 15-speed overdrive. N65 injectors. Goes pretty good. Still got the knitting needles under it. They're fairly warm, but they work alright. 871N. Just beautiful. Okay, now we're going to change them tyres. I'm nearly worn out of work this morning, but anyway, a lot of effort to change them tyres. As easy as it is, it takes a lot of effort, but we'll do it. She's getting there then. Just got a little bit of electrical work to do. Give them guards a wash. I got the light bar on last episode. I only had it jacked up on blocks as you've seen, but I did that after I was filming. Had the music on and did that, which I can't film and listen to at the same time, so I did that. Got mud flap brackets on there. Just got the backing plates of those drying so I can bolt them on. She's getting there, still untidy, but it'll be more than roadworthy, that's for sure. Alright everyone, not much left of this episode. I was going to do another one today, but I thought there's not a lot left on it apart from leaks. So as you can see, we've got the light bar on, mud flaps. I've had an auto electrician here. He wired the lights up through the week to save me some time, so he didn't get the brake lights working as he run out of time, but I come over last night and done that, got those going myself. Guards on it, obviously. A bit of this might overlap because it's been a week. Got me mate Shane here. He wanted to have a quick cool snack, so I thought, yeah, I'll have one with you. We just put some headlights in it out of a bloke from work, thanks Steve, out of his old Holden. Because the ones out of this were Auto Elect found that's one there. Needed a flasher cam and two headlights. So those are 7-inch. And a bloke here at work had an old Holden that he had terrible old lights on them, really. Couldn't see overnight, so he put some late model things in it and give me his old one. So they're actually out of I don't know what it is, a HR or whatever he's got, something like that anyway. Sorry if that's not the right one, Steve, but we just plugged them in, they work, and then they went off. So we just jiggled some wires. We found all the old wires have gone like, all the plastic coating's gone like a jelly sort of thing, so it's not really protecting the wire, and one's rubbed through on this bit of a track here that keeps it out of the way of the bonnet. So it's all happening. Haven't got clearance lights on the roof yet. Mirror lights work, but I've got two new mirror heads coming because this one's okay, but it's rusted. Low air buzzers on, as you can hear, but when you build the air up, that doesn't go out, so that'll be another problem. I'll give you an update of that, and probably going to get inside it soon. And as you can see, that was when the fires are on. I shoved that in there to keep water in it, but excuse me, there's a few leaks that I'm gonna patch up. So, and then the next video of this we will be using it. So I'm going to use this one, and we were going to borrow one from work, but then that was all good. But we're off now because of the wedding, so we're not going to go in and get one. A mate of mine's going to lend us. He's got an old F model Mac with a single axle water tanker on it. He's on tank water, so he uses that to fill his house water up. So we're going to use it to run 2 trucks and fill the dam up. So that'll be a good episode of Mac and this one going, and not mechanical. It'll be a working video, so that'll be good. Okay everyone, that's going to be the end of this episode. It is now registered, now ready for the road. Still a bit more to do, but it's everything's working enough for it to be roadworthy. A little bit of rust in the cab, not enough to make it hurt anything. Got guards on it, obviously, like I mentioned before. I'm just running through it because this is another week again. Mud flaps, tanks all on there, and I even cleaned the cab out because the rats have been having a field day in there for many months. It's not great, but it's all right. So the next episode we'll be using it. Hopefully she keeps going all day. It did last time we used it. We fixed that fuel issue, so, well, we think so. So I'm going to leave this episode here. Thanks to all those Patreon members. Remember to like, share, subscribe if you're enjoying this. Merchandise available in the channel description, to link to that, which is, we're doing about 6 orders of that a week, which is great, and thanks everyone for that support. And the following episode to this, depends on how I do it, will be this and another truck working out, only across the road, but just it will be out on the road regardless, so it'll be a good video. So thanks everyone for watching.